Alright, so in this video we're talking about the masculine and feminine energy, and this is part 3 in the series of masculine and feminine energies explained, right? And the first one we spoke about the qualities of the masculine and feminine energy and how it manifests in its behavior. In the second part of the series we spoke about the shadow aspects of the masculine and feminine energies, which is the toxic, wounded and negative expressions of those energies. In this third part of the series, we're now going to speak about the polarity of each of the energies and how it tries to find balance, right? And upon achieving balance through each other, there's unity and teamwork. That is the intentions of divinity's design. Okay, so nature is promoting magnetism through attraction of these two energies. They're opposing energies, but they attract each other precisely for this reason. So this is where the saying opposites attract comes from, right? You have in science, this is known as the push and the pull. It's also known as the negative and the plus, the negative and the positive, the minus and the plus. The minus is the feminine energy. The plus is the masculine energy. It's interesting because you can see the physical manifestation of that, especially when you look at the genitals and the sexuality of men and women. As we've already covered, men have a preference to expressing masculine energy. Women have a preference for expressing feminine energy. And actually, men and women are human representations of these energies, literally in their physical design. So sex is a good example because sex is the physical manifestation of polarity happening. It is literally the qualities of the masculine and the qualities of the feminine interacting, and you can literally see it in its physical form. I'll give you an example. One of the components of masculine energy is that it extends, it's going out, it's proactive, it pushes out. Now, isn't it interesting that the penis of a man literally is doing that? It's extension. And what happens when a man reaches the highest level of arousal? He ejaculates. And what is ejaculation? It is pushing out, it is going out. What is the sperm doing? It's going out, looking for that egg. It's being proactive. Just like we said in the earlier part of the series, the masculine energy is a proactive energy. Now we look at the vagina. The vagina is what? It's a hole. It's a receiver. It is literally negative. You know, it is minus because it is space. And as we said, the masculine energy is the plus energy. And that is literally extension. It's going out. It's plus. It's addition. So the vagina is a receiver, and one of the components of the feminine energy is contracting, pulling. That's exactly what happens when a woman reaches the highest level of arousal. So when she orgasms, what happens is her body pulls in the ejaculate from the man, right? So the man comes and the woman, and he pushes out, but the woman comes and she's literally sucking it in, so that it can do the most important process or the most important goal for the genes, which is to create life. And it is doing that through unity of the masculine and the feminine aspects, right? Now, this action leads to the combination of each gender's value. So in the case of sex, that the value is, you know, the sperm reaching the egg. And it's important to note that the combination of each aspect of the feminine and masculine, when it combines, it is creating oneness. Right? It is creating oneness, and in this case, in the physical case, it's literally creating a new baby. It's creating a new one. That baby is going to be combined with the chromosomes of the father, and then equally combined with the chromosomes of the woman, the mother. And that's literally both aspects coming together, you know, teamwork through cells, and it's creating oneness. But on a deeper level, we can see that the opposites attract because they are complementary, not just in the physical aspects, but in practically all aspects, mentally, spiritually, verbally, so on. It's literally like a jigsaw puzzle, and they're just perfectly fitting together. And that's the goal of us understanding the masculine and feminine energy, because we want to do that consciously rather than this being just something unconscious, which our bodies are trying to do in. We want to give it some help by consciously making it happen too. So it's interesting because what each gender likes doing, the other one doesn't really like doing that much. And what the other gender wants to do, the other one doesn't want to do. So I'll give you an example. Women don't like leading and pursuing when it comes to men. They would rather men come to them. Isn't it interesting that that mimics exactly what the egg does? The egg waits and is practically dormant for the sperm to go up the canal of, inside the woman, and it's being proactive and it goes to the egg, much like a girl in a club, Another aspect of this, men don't like or don't really get excited about the idea of being a stay-at-home father, for example. They don't dream of having a woman look after them. So that's something they don't like doing. And on the opposite side, women actually love the idea of that. They would love the idea of a wealthy man to come into their life and take them off of the 9 to 5 so that they don't have to work and they can be a stay-at-home mom and be provided for. So as you see, what men like, women tend to not like, and what women like, men don't really want to do. And this is a good thing because it means that we can fit together. I'll give you another example. Men are logical and women are emotional, right? This goes down back to the aspect of masculine energy, which is stable, structure, and so on. And the feminine energy is volatile, it's flow, and that's why, and it's sensitive. So all of this creates an emotional state when we look at the physical and biological and hormonal state of a woman, right? So the men add structure and rationale to a woman's life, and on the opposite side, a woman adds flow and she adds emotional connection and authenticity to a man's life. That's the reason why women are always like, men, show your emotions. Oh my God, it's okay, you can show your emotions. We want to see you cry. Like, men never go, oh, I want to see you cry. Men never say that. But women say that all the time. We really want to see you cry, because she's tapping into that part of her that adds emotional connection and adds emotional flow to your life. Because a lot of the time you might just be really hard, and then you meet a girl that truly is, if she's a healthy feminine woman and she truly is being a space for you to be a bit more vulnerable, many men would love that. It's just that they don't trust that they could do that and it not bite them in the ass soon afterwards. But many men would love for a woman to be that sort of emotional receiver for them, because a lot of them don't get to express that side, right? So the point of this video is to say that they are complementary forces, they are complementary states, and when it comes together, it leads to unity. It creates oneness, as we see in terms of physically, it creates a baby. More than that, on a spiritual and a mental level, it creates teamwork. Lifestyle wise, the opposites attracting creates this team where all bases are satisfied. On an energetic, on a lifestyle, in all perspectives, it is literally them coming together and creating oneness. This is one of the most important reasons why you want to heal your masculine and feminine energy, so that you can attract that counterpart that fills up the other part for you. But that's all we're going to talk about in this particular part of the series. I want to know what you think of this concept, if you feel like you learned something. In terms of the examples I've given you, in terms of men being the the giver, women being the receiver, what are aspects of, or real life aspects that you've noticed that men and women do or are, or the characteristics that they display that are complementary to each other, right? Where they're literally opposites, but they find balance for each other. So comment down below, let Reemus know, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.